Hello, welcome to Skill Check, the Positive Gaming Podcast from YMCA Exeter. My name is Andy.
And my name is Becky.
And,
It's
wow.
yeah.
This is different, isn't it?
It's different.
So if this is your first time tuning in,
Welcome.
yeah, well done, thank you. This is probably not the best looking studio we've ever had.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of something new. This is
We've
getting worked on.
We've gone from the attic to the basement.
Yes. And this might look chaotic to you. The rest of the room, this is the nice corner. This is the polite corner. But it's okay, because it's not going to stay this way. Things are going to look amazing. But this is literally moving in day.
Yes, literally. And if you hear rumbling, that's because they are literally moving stuff upstairs.
Yes, we've got people moving in stuff right now.
Yeah.
So therefore, please forgive. We have rambled on far too much. What's coming up?
Well, it's Christmas. Of course it is. So we're going to be talking Christmas games.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We are going to be talking lots of Christmassy things.
Talking all things Christmas.
Yep. We have got Andy's Game of the Week, which might involve some sort of animal.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But first things first, we have gaming news. Gaming news.
So our first piece of gaming news this week is Google and Fortnite. The maker of the popular video game Fortnite has won its US court battle against Google, with a jury deciding that the search giant had operated an illegal monopoly. Epic Games sued Google in 2020, accusing it of unlawful, making its app store dominant over rivals. Hundreds of millions of people use Google Play Store to install apps for smartphone powered by Google Android system. Google has said it will challenge the outcome. If the ruling stands, Google may have to allow other app stores onto Android-powered devices and will lose the revenue it makes from in-app purchases. Epic Games maintains that more than 95% of all apps on Android phones are installed via Google Play, and it says that this suppresses innovation and choice. Epic Games filed a similar suit against Apple in 2020, but a judge largely ruled in Apple's favour.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit confused as to how the judge ruled in Apple's favour, but
not in Google. I didn't Google the differences between the cases.
That feels kind of weird and not quite. I'm sure there's some legal technicality that Apple probably threw out at the judge that Google may have forgotten, or maybe there's something about how open the Android system is meant to be
comparatively to the Apple system.
But I'm fairly certain I saw something about kind of Apple starting to open up different store avenues, let's say.
Potentially open themselves up to more lawsuits on this nature.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting. I mean, I wonder then if Fortnite will appeal the verdict of the Apple case.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what Epic come back with. I mean, is it too late to appeal? I mean, could they just go again? Could Google appeal?
Well, Google will appeal. They are going to appeal.
Well, yeah.
It's been, it's challenging the decision.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah. Our next piece of gaming news is Avatar's Frontiers of Pandora has been released this week by French publisher, oh gosh, we always do this wrong, Ubisoft. It is the final big release of 2023. It came out on PlayStation, Xbox and PC this week. Frontiers of Pandora is an open world game allowing players to create their own Na'vi and explore the vast titular planet at their own leisure, drawing on lush and colourful environments from both films. The games let them roam from the plains on foot and soar above them on the backs of winged creatures. Creative director Magnus Jensen says it needs to be a completely new story, new environments and new creatures. The developers dare not stray too far from Avatar's style guide, he says. We are very mindful that the game takes place in the Avatar timeline and we are right at the events of the new and upcoming movies. It will all fit together in the same lore and timeline. So the game will fit into the timeline of the films, basically.
Okay, so I'll admit I'm no fan of Avatar
Mm.
at all whatsoever.
It's
but
very pretty though.
that's it. But that's it.
Yeah.
It's very pretty. And I'm like, but I think it's interesting that they're taking the game and they're fitting it in around this big movie universe, and it's a video game that's kind of part of it.
Yeah. They're doing that a lot at the moment, Disney,
Yeah.
with games and films. They're like adding games into timelines of films.
Mm.
I think probably we would say that the Spider-Man games are fitting in
Probably in a
to some of the
multiverse
universe,
somewhere.
multiverse somewhere as well. It's they seem to like want
But
to fit the
I think
games
that
in.
just shows how serious kind of big kind of movie studios are taking video games as another source of revenue for them.
It will be interesting to see that if at any point they so obviously if you haven't seen certain films like within the Marvel universe, for example, you might miss bits of plot line. It'll be interesting to see that at some point we get to a point where if you haven't played the game, you might lose bits of plot line.
Possibly.
Possibly. It'll be really interesting to see if we ever get to that point, because I don't know whether we will, because I feel like they will then distance yourselves from people that don't play games.
The audience,
but there might be little nuggets in films that you miss if you haven't played the game.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. We'll probably get to that point.
I think we're probably...
we might be already there. Probably are already there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our final piece of gaming news is the most searched for games.
Oh, I saw this.
Google has revealed the 10 most searched for games of 2023. The list generated by Google Trends charts some of the biggest launches, with Hogwarts Legacy ending up at the top as the highest selling release this year. The top 10 trending games of this year also include The Last of Us, somewhat driven by the critically acclaimed adaptation, which was released this year, and also
probably a little bit.
Yeah. And also by the announcement that Part 2 would be released on the current generation platforms. The list includes 3 different mobile games, including Connections, a New York Times puzzle game which requires players to figure out connections topics between 4 different words, and Game of the Year 2023 winner Baldur's Gate 3 made it to number 6 on the list, behind Xbox exclusive Starfield. Yeah. I was a bit shocked that Baldur's Gate only made it to number 6.
Well, it's probably something to do with the amount of PR and interest gathering. I don't know, maybe Xbox.
Yeah.
I think Baldur's Gate was probably a little bit came out of nowhere for a lot of people, whereas Starfield was being built up for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So that could have played into it, but yeah, I think it's just interesting kind of looking at the stats and looking at what people have been searching for over the last year.
There was one final piece of gaming news which we missed this week because I wrote the gaming news before it was announced.
Breaking news.
E3, which was
gone.
It was a gaming conference.
So it was basically a massive gaming conference. Been going on for years. I remember it from when I was younger, kind of seeing it on probably on things like Games Master and stuff like that, and thinking how cool it looked.
Yeah.
Very much kind of all the kind of big names, all the big announcements were made there, but now, it's all done.
Yeah.
It's now all online, and game studios have their own kind of event.
Yeah.
And E3 have just been struggling to get to make the same sort of mark.
Yeah. It went, so they officially announced it was closing and they wouldn't be any more E3s. Which there were a lot of people very sad about.
Yeah. Right, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's very seasonal time.
I am excited for Christmas.
You know what? Me too.
We're excited for time off work as well, I think. Not that we don't love our jobs, but it's just...
It's that time of apparently getting some rest.
Yep.
Not sure exactly how true that's going to be.
Kids at home, all that kind of jazz. So.
Yeah. But it's also the time to kind of to take advantage of those games that actually feature Christmas and not feel like you're dressing your character up as Santa in August.
Fair enough.
which always feels a bit
Yeah.
weird. All right, so 5 games.
Okay.
Number 1, Animal Crossing.
I mean, we talk about Animal Crossing a lot.
But
Quite
it's got Toy Day. It's got, you know,
yeah, I remember that.
it's equivalent of Christmas
Yeah.
on the 24th. It's perfect if you either are looking for something to do before Christmas Day, or you have people in your house who need something to do before Christmas Day, and it just gives a Christmassy activity. It's all wintry. It's all very nice, and people are wearing Santa hats and all the like, and it's lovely. It's charming.
It's very cutesy.
It's very Animal Crossing.
It's very Animal Crossing.
Game number 2, Stardew Valley. Little bit more work to do here, though.
I don't get along with Stardew Valley. I'm sorry, Andy.
You just need to give it time.
The map is huge, and I got completely lost.
How did you get? Find a map.
Walk out.
Just find a map.
Yep.
Make it to the winter season.
Okay.
Day 25. I believe it's called Winterfall.
Okay.
Or Winter Feast. Oh, I've never. You see, that is the thing I should have actually noted down.
What is
I've got
it?
It's the Feast of the Winter Star. I knew I was getting it wrong.
What a pretty
Feast
thing.
of the Winter Star.
They have a feast.
It's the festival that takes place on the 25th of every winter. The player attends the festival by entering Pelican Town between 9 and 2. When the player leaves the festival, they'll be returned to the farm at 10 p.m. The main event at the Feast of the Winter Star is a secret gift giving.
I love
A random
it.
villager will be
Little
selected to give a
present.
player a gift, and the player is assigned a random villager to give a gift to a week beforehand on the 18th. Mayor Lewis will send a letter telling the player who their gift recipient is. The player finds out who's giving them the gift at the festival.
Oh, I love it. Little gift,
Christmas
little
in
secret
Stardew
Santa.
Valley. Yes.
Little secret Santa. I love it.
Thirdly, Mario Odyssey.
Okay, why is this on the list, Andy?
Only because you can dress up Mario as Santa.
Of course you can. Why wouldn't you be able to dress up Mario as Santa?
Because, of course you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have, so next game on the list is playing Merry Mountain on Mario Kart.
Is it a Christmassy themed
It's
track?
incredibly Christmassy.
Oh, I love it.
It's all very joyful. It's all
makes
very
me
much like
happy.
Christmas Village with a little train kind of going around.
It's so
It's
lovely.
lovely. And lastly,
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft.
How is Minecraft Christmassy?
Well, I wondered this.
Okay.
So I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole earlier
Mm-hmm.
because, as people know, we've just fallen through that Minecraft-shaped rabbit hole in a
Yes.
big way.
Yep.
And I was like, well, is there something more we can do?
Yep.
Especially over Christmas. It's like Christmas villages and no kind of stuff.
Did you go exploring?
Well, I may have gone to a few websites that have kind of inspiration, and you can get different skins and things that you can put in, and yeah, it's all very Christmassy. It's ideal for Christmas crafts, Minecraft form.
Nice. And now it's time for Andy's Game of the Week. Andy, what is your game this week?
I've not done myself any favours at all this
Really?
week.
Really? What did you do?
Goat Simulator 3.
Okay.
A
explain.
sequel to the game.
Goat Simulator 2?
No,
Okay.
it's the sequel to Goat Simulator.
Okay.
There isn't a Goat Simulator
Why
2.
isn't there a
That-
Goat Simulator
And
2?
that kind of gives you an idea to how just out there this game is.
Okay.
You know, I'd love to know what the developers were thinking when they came up with the idea for Goat Simulator,
Yeah.
where basically you play as a goat,
Okay.
causing chaos and mayhem to everything, everyone,
Okay.
anything.
Yeah.
Just if it's there, you
Yes.
could probably headbutt it, or you could lick it and pull it along.
You can lick it and pull it. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this has taken some weird turns.
You can, and in Goat Simulator 3, it takes that concept
Mhm.
and just makes it even bigger.
Okay.
So for example, I'm not sure if you could do this in the first one, but in Goat Simulator 3, the second one,
Mm.
you can, play as a goat and hijack cars and take cars for a drive, or
Of course you can. Why wouldn't you be able to drive a car as a
a
goat?
pickup and
Okay.
put the tow onto a house and pull the house along with you.
I mean, it does sound like carnage.
It is absolute carnage. It's chaos. There is different sort of game modes as well in there that are hidden.
Yep.
So for example, do you remember Wolfenstein?
No.
Like really old 3D shoot 'em up.
Okay.
There's like a hidden level where you
Okay.
are.
Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? That sounds
And this is
amazing.
like back in the early 90s style graphics.
Okay.
And
It's such a weird game.
it
sounds
is so weird, so fun, very kind of Tom and Jerry-esque violent humour.
Yep.
Because, there's no way of disguising the fact that if you headbutt someone off a bridge, you're headbutting someone off a bridge. Again, Tom and Jerry-esque violent humour.
Okay.
It's not graphic at all in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That I found yet. Yeah, good fun.
Do you enjoy playing it with your family, or is it like a play that you on your own? You do it.
Well, my daughter has watched me play it.
Okay.
My wife was entertained by
Okay.
seeing it on.
Okay.
Very much kind of got her attention as
Yeah.
well. She kind of compared it to like GTA, but you're playing as a goat.
Ghost. Okay. What a review that
I'm
is.
not sure how well that kind of comparison stands up.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like little quests and things to do in there if you really want to.
Yeah.
It almost makes a point of not telling you what to do outside the initial tutorial.
Okay. So you can just do whatever you want.
Basically, just explore to your
Okay.
heart's content.
Interesting.
A little bit more to it. There's a little bit of kind of storyline.
Yeah.
But actually, the most important thing about the game is just being an annoying goat to everyone that you come across.
Just great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Available on Xbox Series X, Series S, PlayStation 5, Microsoft Windows, and Game Pass.
Nice.
And I remember to look it up this week.
Yay. Yeah, and that is all we've got time for.
And that's us for Christmas.
We are away now for the next couple of weeks.
Yes, we'll be back in the New Year.
We'll be back in the New Year. We will wish you a happy Christmas or Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes.
We'll see you again soon. If you want to follow us on our social medias, it's at YMCA Exeter and at YMCA Exeter Games. Please do follow us on the social medias on YouTube as well. And we will see you in the new year.
And hopefully next time this
in
will
a
look somewhat nicer.
Yeah.
Take care now.